then the worry is that the traffic that is going to be upon Parliament with regards to the crowd that is going to be experienced afterwards, these numbers will be added if the bill, say, is passed by Parliament. But Fred, I'm sure you have concern about here, and all seems to be pointing towards your party with regards to the Punguza initiative package. Let me talk mathematics here. And 60 million is what will be incurred every month if, say, this bill is passed, because the numbers will be increased. That annually means 720 million addition over the budget. In 5 years, then 3.6 billion Kenya shillings will be added on top of what's already incurred by Parliament, on top of the more than 30 billion Kenya shillings Parliament uses. I mean, the main question remains then, why after 8 years is Parliament saving itself from a complete dissolving by the head of state? Because constitutionally it means that if this is not implemented, then that's the way. Or are we seeing hypocrisy and double standardness from members of Parliament who are pushing this with regards to the support that we have seen from the Deputy President Musalia Mudavadi, Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka, who all marshaled their members of Parliament to support this bill? What does it mean politically? Do they have the welfare of Kenyans at heart?
Ayub, you have put it right there. It's politics. If you remember the interview between Richard Quest and the President of the Republic of Kenya, President Kenyatta, he said, when he was asked about the clamor for referendum, he said the only referendum that Kenya are talking about is not that of increasing the term limit, but the one that lowering the cost of running the constitution. That clip, you have it. You can check it. If you remember recently, he also told them off not to add their perks because the common man is suffering. How about now, when they are increasing the number, that will definitely increase, you know, the representation and the wage bill? He could be now agreeing with it. It means that these politicians are playing to the public gallery. And that means that even look at how they were mobilized on the sugar report, not sugar report, the 8% VAT.
Sugar report also.
Look at how those things happened. And then they failed. This bill was dead on arrival. Dead on arrival because of the wrong timing, dead on arrival because of how it is being pushed. Actually, this is a government bill. It is sponsored by the majority leader, Aden Duale. It is a government bill. But look, that is not the issue. There's what we call consequential legislation. If you look at Article 261, it outlines in the failure of enacting such a legislation, what happens. We don't really need to dissolve the Parliament because the Parliament can be given another year. And advice from the Attorney General, they can give another year to put the house in order. But sadly, this Parliament has been extending by year. So they have failed to achieve that. Now, where is the solution? The solution lies in looking for a long-term solution. If today the members of Parliament get the 233 members and pass this bill, it will be good because we have gotten that. But who is paying? It is me, you, and them. So we need a permanent solution. That permanent solution need to look into all the areas of the marginalized group. It is not, you know, this is a gender bill. I don't know why members of Parliament are looking at it as a women bill. Tomorrow, it is gender bill. And the way it has been pushed at the floor of the House
appears to be a woman affair.
And that's why there's a lot of resistance. And I tell you, I have a lot of friends in that House. Some of these guys are nominated. And they tell me, you know, we are being discriminated upon because we don't have a constituency. We represent, who are we representing?
No kitty.
We just, no kitty. We're just people who are floated by the parties. So they have nothing to do. And that's how now they become a persona non grata in that House. That's how they're looked down upon. We don't want nomination. Women of this country, even for women, they have shown that they can do. There's a lady called Jessica Mbilu of Kibwezi East, was elected on, I mean, was unelected, not nominated. There are so many women. Some of them today are governors. Women of Kenya can do this. They have shown that they can compete competitively. All they want is an equal opportunity. That equal opportunity should not be given like, you know, tech. They be called flower girls. It is time for women to go and compete. But even if they compete, we can cushion them by making sure that as they compete, there are certain regulations that are followed to ensure that women are elected.
Dan Orogo, allow me to quote the Supreme Court ruling in December 2012, which issued statement 2 years just after we promulgated the Constitution in August 2010. It said, I quote them, "We have the majority opinion that legislative measures for giving effect to from the 1/3 to 2/3 gender principle under Article 81, subsection B of the Constitution to the National Assembly and the Senate should be taken to effect by August 27th, 2015. 3 years after that, the deadline was missed, and the lobby groups moved to court, organizations that lobby for human rights. And in March 2017, John Mativo, the High Court judge, said that if the gender principle had not been implemented by June 2018, we are 4 months after that, anyone could write to the Chief Justice to advise the President to dissolve Parliament. It means that the current House is unconstitutionally constituted.
That it is, and I think Fred, has probably you mentioned this, and I think the hurry that we are in is possibly fearing the consequences of, not really coming up with these, the gender rule in the House. But like I've said, some of this legislation needs to be canvassed. If there's a consequential, things about them, then it really needs to be talked about, because then when we are hurrying and making these kind of proposals and passing these in a hurry, to save these consequences, then it means that there's some it might have a long-term effect, especially on the manner to which we will have leaders going to a National Assembly.
Okay.
So like Fred is saying, and I'm agreeing with what Fred is saying, because this is also my thought, and this is the thought of many Kenyans, especially right now, about the issue of adding so many slots in the bombarding Kenyans with a lot of things to pay for and extra money to fork out of their pockets. But I was looking at it also in a political angle. It is quite interesting that you see for the first time the 5 people who are big 5 quote in quotes, the Pentagon people, like if Kalonzo Musyoka, Musalia Mudavadi, Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta are actually speaking the same voice that go past these, trying to convince the members affiliated to their party to make sure that this bill is passed in the National Assembly. I am looking at it possibly what could be in the offing. What could be in the offing about this? Because the timing about it is the fact that there's a lot of calls for amendment, there's a lot of calls for referendum.
Okay.
And I agree with Fred. Why would we really look into this issue in a manner that all Kenyans have a stake on what is going about this? Because even looking at the press statement that this read about, we are actually putting women, as a disadvantaged group. When we elect this, when we nominate this 53, who actually promulgated, who actually agreed? And insofar as that is concerned, did we give Mwananchi a time to actually vote the people that they would want to represent them? Or are we giving at the mercy of political party leaders, or people who makes a decision to go and nominate people who not necessarily reflect the views of the voters?